many ethnic Turks have been jailed or are still being jailed, with the sole reason being due to the fact that they're learning or taking classes for Turkish language, which is, from what I understand, banned in Iran. And when people are arrested for taking Turkish language classes, they're oftentimes accused of espionage.
Yep.
Now, why is Iran so aggressive in attempting to repress the Turkish minority and culture?
That is a great question, and I will respond to this, Errol, as saying that the Islamic Republic has always viewed its own population as its greatest threat. They realize that, okay, you have a population here that it's almost like a, if you look at the demographics, I would call it almost a Persian aristocracy. And that's kind of running the show right now. But they're not, they won't even use the term Persian. They're the Islamic Republic. They're the guardians of what's, the Guardian Council. They're the guardians of what's going on the ground. They're waiting for the Mahdi, for the return of the 12th Imam. So what they do is they go after the Turks, okay? And which is the largest, if I'm not mistaken, it's the largest minority population.
Correct.
in the Islamic Republic. They go after the Baluchis, they go after the Kurds, they go after all these different groups, and then they go after the Baha'is, okay, where you can't practice those religions. What they'd like to do is they divide, conquer, and what they want to do is try and weaken these groups as much as they can. Because, as I said right at the very beginning here, is that they've always viewed their own population as the greatest threat to their upheaval, to their rule. And that's why they're so threatened by these rolling protests that have been occurring since 2017, culminated in 2019 when they killed 1,500 people within a week's time, shutting down the internet, making sure that the world didn't know what was going on. Okay, that's the kind of game that they play. They are worried about that opposition, that 50% of the population coming together and overthrowing them. But it's not just the Turks now. It's not just the Baluchis. It's not just the Kurds. It's the Persians. It's everybody. They're fed up with that system. They are fed up. And hopefully they will be able to apply enough pressure to.
Right.
This regime needs to go. This regime needs to go.